When I was 20 years old, I got married to a Japanese man who's 12 years older than me. I'm Canadian, and we met in Japan when I was there on a working holiday year. We fell in love and wanted to do life together. But I'm also a man, and Japan does not recognize same-sex marriage. With my visa expiring, I had no choice but to go back to Canada. So I asked him if he wanted to come with me and marry me. He accepted, so we moved back to Canada and got married. For the first year, I had to put my studies aside to work to provide for us both because he wasn't allowed to work during his application for permanent residency. 2 years passed and things were not the same. Long story short, we were not super compatible, and I decided to end it. I later found out from a mutual friend that he repeatedly cheated on me. I filled out divorce papers that we both signed because I didn't have money for lawyers since I was back in school by that time. When I went to submit the divorce at City Hall, there was an official translation of his birth certificate missing, so I couldn't file. By that time, I didn't really want to speak to him, and I was tired of having to take care of a man 12 years older than me. Anyway, he had left back to Japan. It bothered me that I was still married on paper, but I didn't want to pay for official translations. He never reached out after signing the papers, and I thought I would never hear back from him, so I let it go. Fast forward to last year. Over 10 years have passed, and I hear back from him through my mother. Turns out he's looking for me because he wants our divorce papers. He is in the US applying for a green card. He got remarried to an American a few years after our breakup and now needed proof of our divorce to apply for the green card. When I told him that we were technically still married, he flipped and said I was ruining his life and exposing him to charges of bigamy. My take was that even though it was pretty sloppy of me to let this paperwork hang like that, he probably should have contacted me for the divorce papers before getting remarried. Anyway, his new husband ended up hiring a lawyer in my town that took care of the divorce, and I offered to sign an affidavit stating that he had reasons to believe we were divorced, so as to avoid bigamy charges.